This is the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week pregame show, sponsored by Valorec.
Go get it done, baby. Come on. Blasts his way for a first down. Lets it rip, and it's caught inside. Blasts his way. Open field. Breaks another tackle. He's to the 35, the 30.
Well, you love the gutsy play call right there.
Another one for the highlight reel. Downfield, it's caught.
It is hard to believe that the regular season wraps up this weekend. We're all set to shine the spotlight on the Steel Valley Conference, and one of the Valley's most heated rivalries is Cardinal Mooney and Ursuline face off in the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week. I'm Chad Krispinski alongside Ryan Allison. This is a matchup we know quite well.
Yeah, tonight marks the 20th consecutive meeting that we've televised between these two, and there has been some epic battles over the last 2 decades.
There sure has. Let's take a look at tonight's matchup notes. This is the 69th meeting between two of the Valley's storied programs.
Now, the Irish have won 3 straight head-to-head. However, Mooney leads the all-time series with 42 wins, 23 losses, and 3 ties. Last fall, it was all Ursuline as the Irish rolled 43-12.
Let's take you back to 2021. It was all Irish, as Ryan said. Quarterback Brady Shannon tossed for 184 yards and a pair of touchdowns, and also rushed for another in a 31-point victory. DeMarcus McElroy also scored 3 touchdowns in the Ursuline win. Cardinal Mooney with a tall task in Week 9 action last Saturday. The Cardinals facing off with Steubenville.
Yeah, the Big Red took advantage of 3 Cardinal Mooney turnovers in a 28-7 win, and that's out of character because the Cards had not turned the ball over once during the previous 4 weeks.
Following that loss, Mooney enters the final week of the regular season with a record of 4-5.
Yeah, but they are in playoff position. The Cards are currently 13th in Division 5, Region 17 in the latest computer rankings. In fact, a win tonight, coupled with a win in the playoffs, would mark their first winning season since 2017.
Leading the charge for Cardinal Mooney, senior ALEC DELSIGNORE, who does a little bit of everything for the Cardinals.
Yeah, he's a converted quarterback, now playing wide receiver, and he's doing a great job at it. Head coach Carl Pellini says DELSIGNORE may be the best wide receiver he's ever coached. He's a tough matchup for cornerbacks and linebackers.
Coach Pellini says DELSIGNORE is also a force on defense. He's fast to the ball and a physical tackler that reads things well. Coach Pellini feels strongly he's a next-level talent.
You know, really good football player. He's you know, they do a good job moving him around, plays tight end. They play him at receiver at times, and you know, just a good football player. And you know, we've seen him on film make a bunch of big catches and big plays, and you know, just a high-quality football player.
Well, he could play so many positions, and he's on defense. He's very active at the safety linebacker spot. Just gets the ball. He's everywhere. Offense, he can make spectacular plays. Like he gets the ball, but just his ability to be so versatile.
When we come back, we'll turn our attention to Ursuline, the Irish seeking a rivalry win and another long playoff run. You're watching the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week.
You're watching the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week pregame show.
And welcome back as the countdown to kickoff continues. Let's now turn our attention to Ursuline, no stranger to late season success.
Yeah, the Irish were in the state championship game last season, and they'd love nothing more than to end this regular season with a win over their biggest rival.
Ursuline enters the regular season finale with plenty of momentum. The Irish met Youngstown East a week ago. Jack Erickson connected with Will Burney for a touchdown pass. The Ursuline defense was dominant as well. Ursuline rolled past East in Week 9, 56-8. Let's take a closer look at the Irish. They enter this week's action at 7-2 overall on the season.
Yeah, Ursuline is certainly battle-tested. Their 2 losses have come against playoff powerhouse teams like Austintown Fitch and St. V's, and both of those losses were by just 1 score. And it certainly hasn't hurt them with computer points. Irish firmly entrenched in the playoff picture with a guaranteed home game in Week 11.
The Ursuline offense absolutely loaded and is averaging nearly 40 points per game, a major part of that offensive output, senior wide receiver Will Burney.
Yeah, he's a big play threat every time he touches the ball. He enters Week 10 with 37 receptions for 410 yards and 4 touchdowns. Head coach Dan Reardon says he's dangerous in the open field. He's the guy that puts his foot in the ground, cuts, and makes things happen.
He's also an experienced player, having played a lot of football over his 4 seasons. He's a shifty guy that makes you miss. Cardinal Mooney coaches and players have taken notice.
A good leader, you can tell, always plays with great effort. I mean, he's a talented athlete, otherwise he wouldn't have been playing for so many years, and I feel like he's been there for 7 years, you know. That's how I feel as a coach.
He runs really good routes. I'm a linebacker, so I have to go against him, and he runs really good and crisp routes, so he's always a tough guy to cover up against.
Let's check out our keys to the game. Cardinal Mooney wants to cut down on mistakes. They can't afford turnovers. The Cardinals have 3 in last week's loss to Steubenville after avoiding turnovers in the previous 4.
Ursuline, on the other hand, looking to play fast and control the tempo as usual while also taking care of the football. And finally, this is a big game for both teams, well beyond computer points and playoff seeding. A win tonight comes with a lifetime of bragging rights.
It sure does. The spotlight shining brightly on high school football's biggest stage. We are just about ready for kickoff. Cardinal Mooney and Ursuline face off next in the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week.